He's got a gun! We don't want anybody to get hurt. I'll kill him with the gun! I killed plenty with the gun!
Joining me now from Michigan to talk about exactly what happened out there today, Fox News contributor Steven Crowder. Steven, first, you got hit pretty hard. You have a chipped tooth, you have another injury. What happened?
Well, listen, I'm under-rested, overworked right now, and still tough enough to take the union's greatest punch, apparently. I'm not that hurt. Listen, it was more mentally shaking to see this happen. It was more upsetting to get home and see my wife so upset. I went out there, and leftists right now are saying that I deserved the beating that I got, completely physically unprovoked. And the reason for that is that I did go in, and apparently I provoked it by asking them why they're against right to work. By asking them, what about someone in Michigan who might want to work for a company and might not want to join a union? And then, of course, I asked them, as they were consistently destroying private property with people in the tent. They were tearing the tent apart, Sean, and destroying it. I asked them to stop. Many of us tried to pull them off the tent. And so, yes, in that sense, apparently I did provoke the 4 unanswered punches directly to my face. Call me a provocateur, Sean.
All right, but this is in a state that is the birthplace of the modern labor movement. Now, we cannot underestimate what has happened here. This is a huge victory for workers, for America, you know, because what a lot of people may not know, right to work means you don't have to join a union to get a job. In other words, you don't have to pay union dues to work at a company. In other words, you have freedom of choice. So there's a lot at stake here.
Oh, there's absolutely a huge amount at stake. And you see most Americans, of course, want the right to work. Being in a union manufacturing job, that's one of the biggest single threats you can have to your job security. You look at the amount of manufacturing jobs that have been shipped overseas in the non-union sector versus the union sector, it's several-fold higher. You see these people, they're angry. Unions are founded on violence here in this country. And to give you proof that Americans right now are angry by this video went up at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock today, and there have already been $6,000 coming in donations to find the perpetrator from this video. It's very important for conservatives to realize right now there is a line drawn in the sand, and there are Republicans and there are true conservatives out there laying it on the line. You can side with the people or the talking heads sitting back in their political strategist rooms, or you can side with people like me and the folks who essentially worked with Andrew Breitbart in life and still do in death. Right now, it's a very serious line being drawn, Sean.
All right. And a lot of people were asking, well, why did you crash the Cenk thing? Here's the thing. We've never done that before. We never planned to do it again. Cenk Uyghur of the Young Turks had attacked me for years. We've talked about this as a small YouTube channel. He created false rumors that I had assaulted someone when in fact I had been assaulted. Even played a role in manipulating the prosecuting attorney there. There was a deposition, I was never there, who was funded by the AFL-CIO. They never accepted my data. They accepted the Young Turks data. We've talked about this for a long time. They went out, they lied. It was spread around the internet like wildfire. And I always was trying to get a hold of him to have a conversation to be able to clarify that. I think you know that history there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been asking them on this show for years, or vice versa, their term. Same thing with their little guy, Kyle Kalinske. So the whole Young Turks network have an open invitation to come here, and we'll go on their show. Well, they never do it, but they attack from behind a computer screen. So that was
the definition of punching down, by the way.
Yeah, it's the definition of punching down. 3 million subscribers, 100 million views a month, and they went after us until we got big enough to fight back, and now they're quiet. So the reason for the Young Turks, the crashing with Cenk, by the way, no violence. If Cenk were running right now and saying, hey, people are after me, can you help me? We would get him in our car. We'd get him out of Dodge. We would help him, of course. I don't ever want him to be hurt, to be assaulted. And you can see he felt totally safe while I was there. I walked up, I put my hand on his shoulder. It was mostly playful. It was a silly impression. But just for the context, that's why you need it. We don't do it with Michael Ian Black. We don't do it with Mark Duplass. This is a guy who's poked his finger in our chest for years. Then when we a guy who poked his finger in our chest when we were 12 years old. And then when we grew up into a man, they stopped. And then we were saying, hey, let's have a discussion, man to man. They ran away and then took pot shots. So this was me making fun of him to his face, exactly what I do
Just
online.
making sure he knew we wanted to know we were on his radar. That's all.
Yes, we want to know we were on his radar.
Just remind him of, hey, consciousness.
So that's what
Steven Crowder is a self-styled comedian. I'm amused by that every time. He's also a Fox News contributor. He went down to Michigan where there were the union protests earlier in the week. and he got assaulted. A guy had punched him in the face, and I said that was, of course, unacceptable, and the guy should be arrested. Now, authorities are saying that Crowder is not being very helpful in that regard. We'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to show you the video that Crowder had shown about the man assaulting him. Let's watch that.
You just assaulted me,
So in that edited video, it appears that the man is standing calm in the beginning and then sucker punches Crowder out of nowhere. Turns out when you look at the full tape, not exactly how it went down. What's interesting is that the New York Times noticed that in an earlier airing during the Sean Hannity program, they showed the full tape, the unedited tape. Now look at what happens to that guy who threw the punch in the part they cut out of the tape. Well, now you see, wait a minute, it wasn't that simple. Now, we don't know if Crowder pushed him. I really don't know that. It's totally unclear from the tape. But there's no question somebody pushed him. That it's not like out of nowhere. He was like, oh, I'll go ahead and sucker punch Crowder, as Crowder explained. If you weren't, it wasn't clear enough to you. Here, watch that portion of the tape again. The man obviously gets knocked down to the ground. That's why he's upset, because he just got assaulted, and he attacks, presumably, the guy he thinks did it, whether he's right or wrong. So that's a totally different story. Weird. Fox News would show edited tape that doesn't tell you the whole story. Well, it's a good thing that they accidentally ran the bigger tape earlier in Sean Hannity's program. So they're totally busted on that. I suspect that Crowder will apologize for editing the tape, right? Now, look, he still can press charges. The guy still assaulted him, and we don't know if Crowder pushed him. And it was not the right thing to do either way. But that's a totally different story than the one they tried to tell you about all day yesterday on Fox News Channel. Steve Crowder is a so-called correspondent for Fox News and a so-called comedian. And he went to go cover union protests in Michigan. He got punched, and so Ingham County Prosecutor Stuart Dunnings III looked into it. He did get punched by one of the protesters there. In fact, we have the edited video here that they ran over and over again on Fox News. Let's show you that.
You just assaulted me,
Now, the unfortunate part for Steve Crowder is that we also have the unedited video. In fact, the Young Turks ran that earlier, and it turns out Dunning's office needed the tape and turned to one of our videos on the Young Turks. Let me quote a local paper here in Lansing. It says, Dunning's office said the source of this unedited video was a YouTube posting from the Young Turks, an online news commentary show. And they explained that the video criticizes Crowder and Fox News for using the edited video to inflame and slant the situation. According to the Young Turks, Fox News aired Crowder's unedited footage before opting to repeatedly air the edited clip that went viral. Now, that is exactly right. What we had found was that Fox News unwittingly had aired the unedited version of the tape before they decided to go on this rampage and say, Crowder was assaulted by a union thug. And from there on, they kept running the edited version. But when you look back, and we actually got this, the original source was the Sean Hannity show, okay? Look at the unedited tape where the guy who is a so-called union thug is actually attacked first.
You just assaulted me,
Now, it's unclear from that tape whether Crowder was the first one to attack or if it was another right-winger who pushed that man down, but the prosecutor's office decided that they were not going to pursue charges because that man was obviously acting in self-defense when you looked at the full tape, and that's, of course, exactly why Fox News didn't want to show you the full tape after initially airing it basically by accident. But once they had their story about a union thug, oh my God, Steven Crowder. And the prosecutor, I remember at the time, and reported it here on the Young Turks, kept saying, I don't understand why Crowder won't cooperate with us. He got assaulted. We can see it on the tape. That's when they had only the edited tape. Why doesn't he come in? Instead, Crowder went on Fox News and challenged that guy to a fight in the People's Octagon. That's because he knew that the unedited tape would show the real story, and he didn't have any interest in the real story. Why? Because he works for Fox News. That's not what they do. So luckily, the Young Turks were there to save the day. We gave the tape. Apparently, honestly, we didn't even know that they were looking at the tape, but they got the tape from us and served a little bit of justice. Crowder still not filing charges, still not protesting this legally in any way, because he knows he was wrong. My guess is he will challenge me to the People's Octagon next.
No white straight male needs an AK-15. Okay, and they'll say, well, what about the founding? No, okay, that's not what they meant. They didn't mean any AR-47s. Do the research, that's absolutely correct. We'll have it listed at GeoCities.
Yes, I agree with you, Cenk. So fucking much.
That's absolutely right. When you use the F word, you know it's real talk.
I said fuck.
So we have a bunch of people who wanted to make phone calls to the show because we wanted to have a discussion. So let's have the first caller.
Hi, Cenk. Paul Joseph Watson here, first-time caller. I'd really like to get your clarification on the Armenian genocide, specifically if you accept the historical fact that it happened.
Okay, all right, I understand, because that's bullshit! Get the f*** off the phone! That's racist! You're racist! Get the f*** out! Get the f*** out!
I don't know why you're yelling. It's a simple...
Get the f*** out! Get off the phone!
Get the f*** off the stage, you blue-eyed limey f***! Shut up, bitch!
Whoa. Okay, we're trying to have a reasonable discussion! F*** you!
Hi, Cenk. I'm not sure if you remember me. I was on your show a while back, and you asked me, demanded that I make you a ham sandwich, and I was just kind of wondering if you still wanted that sandwich. I could probably put it in the mail for you.
What? Okay, Karen, everybody knows I said that as a joke. Okay, and you didn't f***ing make me a ham sandwich! That's bullshit! That's bullshit! Get the f*** off the phone! Get the f*** off the phone!
Get off the phone, you anti-woman, poor sandwich-making fuck!
Get off!
I'm a feminist. I'm the real feminist, bitch!
Okay,
bitch!
no, listen. If you want to have a reasonable discussion, okay, but now they're going to come on and talk about the ham sandwich.
I guess that answers my question. So no, right?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go to the next call.
Hey, Cenk, as someone you've previously misquoted and borderline slandered on your show, I'm wondering if you can speak to the research and fact-checking behind your show.
Okay, listen, I understand this. That's what he wants to do with the, you made a mistake. Because everyone makes mistakes. Okay, but your mistake was being born! Your mom's bullshit! Your mom's bullshit! Get the f*** off the phone! Get the f*** off the phone!
Get the f*** off the phone, you YouTube beta male.
Okay, no, okay.
You
want to have discussion, right? Discussion. We want to talk about issues, not talk about this bullshit.
I said fuck. So he knows I'm in deep.
I know, it's predictable, right? Let's go to the next caller.
Hi, this is Ben Shapiro, and I was just wondering, your production values are fabulous, and I was wondering where you got your money. Was it from Soros, or was it from anti-freedom nations in the Middle East like Qatar?
Look it, right? Shapiro's thing is all the time to take these things and make them, it was true, but now it's not true. So fuck you! Fuck you! You get paid by all the, fuck you and big money!
Get the fuck off the phone, you Jewish shekel collecting
Whoa.
My money, fuck your money! We're trying to have a discussion, you want to talk about money! All you Republicans, you want to talk about money! It's bullshit! It's bullshit!
Cenk, you're bothered. You're low on energy. Okay, let's get time for a bacon grease break.
I don't need bacon grease.
Okay, come on, get your bacon grease.
No, I don't need, maybe a little bacon grease.
Get your bacon grease.
All right, okay.
Oh, num bacon grease. Yes. Okay.
I'll make a crease. I did the make a crease. It's reasonable.
I'm making crease.
Okay, that's good.
That's it.
Hey, Cenk, Dean Kane here. I haven't called before. I've heard about your show and stuff, so I wanted to ask you a question.
No, I said get him off the phone, okay? It's not reasonable.
Wait, I can't even get off the phone, you Clark Kent, Superman, 90s sitcom, pretty boy fuck.
What?
Call me.
What?
Okay, all right, I mean, it's not just me, you know? Like, okay, everyone sees it, right? They'll watch and they'll be the judge. Let's go to one more.
Hey, Cenk, Dave Rubin here, former employee. So I noticed that you talk about Sam Harris a lot. You really obsess over the guy. So my question to you is, are you sexually attracted to Sam Harris?
Okay, very funny, right? We all get it. Dave Rubin used to be a part of the Young Turks. Oh, he's gone. Listen, I like the guy. Okay, I like Rubin. He left the show, okay, and that was bullshit! You left us! You broke my heart! Get the f*** off the phone! You're my favorite faggot! Fuck you! Fuck you! We're trying to have reasonable discussions! And you come in here!
Yeah, get off the phone, you homophobic, joker-looking f***! Get
the f*** off the phone!
Tens of millions of Americans are totally fine with a man who's driven almost purely by racism and sexism.
Oh, shut up, you piece of shit.
This
is what bothers me. I'm sorry, but this is what really bothers me. Gerald can't hear me. He's like, there are 10 million Americans are driven by someone who's entirely driven by racism. I'm like, that's not it. Again, my issues with Donald Trump are, I'm not against free, honest trade. I don't want to tax Ford if they put a plant in Mexico if they still employ Americans, okay? I don't want to punish people for being successful. I don't want a capital gains tax. I have legitimate grievances with Donald Trump. None of them are Donald Trump is racist. I do not believe that the majority of people today, let's do the math here real quick, okay? So you can tweet this out, tweet me at S. Crowder. I'm going to get Anna Kasparian Real Talk now because let's do some math here. I've not heard anyone else talking about this. This means if you look at these maps, that a majority of the bleed over to Donald Trump are people who voted for Barack Obama and felt screwed. They didn't vote for Barack Obama, then just, you know what? I hate Negroes. I hate the colored people. I'm gonna vote Trump. They voted Barack Obama in their own self-interest. They felt like they got screwed, and now they voted for Donald Trump. The vast majority of white Americans voted for Barack Obama, and now the vast majority of Americans are voting for Donald Trump. So you can't say that these same people, because there's a huge amount of people, if you look at that crossover, that these people were voting for progress with Donald Trump, with Barack Obama, and now all of a sudden they're racist because they pulled the lever for Trump because you screwed them. You screwed them with the taxes on small businesses. You screwed them with a healthcare mandate that they couldn't afford, then punished them to force them to buy healthcare insurance when they didn't want to, and then raise those premiums 25%. And the people who did vote for Obama, who were even more privileged, who didn't have to get put into the Obamacare program, so their premiums go up by 40-something%. You screwed the progressive Christians and Catholics who voted for Barack Obama, who you then mandated to pay for somebody else's abortion. You screwed them by putting Lena Dunham's sorry face or ass, I don't know which, when she's on the air, and made her a wing of your party. The people who voted for Barack Obama, a significant amount of them, Donald Trump could not win without enough of those votes. And those people aren't racist. There are a lot of criticisms to have with Donald Trump. And Cenk earlier going, well, when you call people racist? No, it's because of you. When you call someone racist, when you call them sexist, when you call them homophobic, when you call them transphobic because they don't want a tranny taking a dump next to their 6-year-old daughter in some Charlotte Chuck E. Cheese, guess what? They pull the lever for Trump after they voted for Obama, you dipshit. So stop acting like the only possible motivating factor here that you could fathom is racism. I bet you're the kind of guy who walks into a bar and they don't like you. You know, what is it, because I'm a Turk? No, it's because you smell. You look like a greasy, slick water buffalo who's drowning amidst the throes of being swallowed by an anaconda, and you're a dick. It's not because you're brown, just like it's not because Donald Trump's racist. Gerald, what did you want to say?
And by the way, it was built by our audience. We asked them when we switched over from TV to online, can you guys help us build this? And our audience gave us $425,000 to build it.
What's this bullshit? What's going on here? I thought we were having a reasonable discussion. That's not the real Cenk. That's bullshit. I'm the real Cenk over here. This is supposed to happen. I had the JW Marriott.
Okay, this is Stephen
This
Crowder.
isn't the real Cenk. It takes me
you think Germanian genocide happened? It's bullshit. You guys start the panel.
Okay, so this is
This
is not a friend of mine.
What he does, okay?
This is what he does.
He's doing an impression, and you know that's bullshit. Okay?
Okay,
right?
He basically
what he does
makes money.
is he makes money
by
he lies, right?
riding my
he rides my dick. So I do this homophobic stuff too, right? And I go, and then I feel like you're a homophobe, but really, I guess you really.
So security should remove him
Well,
because his whole living. But by the way, look at the strength of live streams. He makes a living by trying to copy me.
I know, right?
And get the right-wing critics.
And the thing is,
Like, hey, look, I'm right. Will you please watch me? Because he's so big that I'm just gonna hide on.
I know, right, listen, like there was a time, live stream was getting divided. It's like cable, right? It's like there's lower numbers and,
Hey, maybe you should try to get your own show or your own panel?
I know, right? Like this guy is right in my dick! It's bullshit! It's bullshit goes around my dick! We're trying to have a reasonable discussion. And what he does...
But you're also taking up their time, Steve.
What he does... And they talk about the Armenian genocide like it happened, or there's proof or evidence. Okay. Let's get out of here. This is getting all. Listen, you'll get your turn. Okay, don't stop proud of my action. I'm just saying, this guy came here, right? Okay. Come on, get off stage, he's a real tank. It's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. Come on, you know it's bullshit.
You know what that is, Steve? That's the sound of silence, man.
Let's be reasonable.
This act is not working.
I know, right? It's supposed to look like a friendly audience. I'm used to this all the time.
You're dying out here, man.
I know, because it's all the writing jokes. It's really work for this crowd. It's like, you gotta get off stage, man. Get off stage.
By the way, there's no fun.
I just want to. Oh, okay.
No, don't do it.
No, bro. I know. You're upset about it. It's cool.
So here's what happened. Alex Jones invaded our set kind of like this at the RNC. So now all these right-wing guys,
all these right-wing guys,
like all the right-wing audience is invading our set.
The only way they get numbers is by invading the Young Turks, because we get 100 million views on YouTube every month.
No, actually,
Alex Jones came on our show, and it's bullshit. Okay, it's not and by the way, when I say bullshit, why it's like the word like it's real talk. Because it's we're uncensored.
Okay, so
What's this guy's real name?
Stephen Crowder. But
I'm Cenk.
That's exactly what he wanted.
That's exactly what he wanted.
That's why Alex Jones came on.
I know. That's the thing.
Show's small.
The right-wing guys, come on,
he wants to come on a larger show. So they can say, oh,
hey, I'm going to debate that. My show's the biggest show. I'll never debate. I'm not going to sit and have other people.
By the way, this is trespassing. What would a right-winger do if somebody trespassed?
I know, right? Like, you do it all the time. This is a serious problem.
Sir.
You want to talk about the Armenian genocide?
Get out.
I'll come with you. I'll go with you. But I'm just saying, you guys gotta do better background checks. But by the way, guys, you shouldn't tolerate the hate speech with the dick riding, okay? I know. Like the dick riding joke. What it is, fourth grade. Okay, hold on. Fuck me.
That's okay.
It's cute, right? I know. It's okay. That's what they. It's okay.
All right, so that's your cottage industry of our haters.
Cottage industry, like Alex Jones, right?